Hello everyone, welcome to day 326 of playing chess every day for you. Let's find the game. We get the white pieces here, so I'll play e4, and we get e5, so I think I'll just go for the regular Italian here. I'm happy to see knight to c6 from them. And play bishop at b4. I don't think that's the best move, because I just play c3, and they can go back. And we get this kind of move order. I'm actually fine with this, well I'm threatening a5 now. They allow me to take all the space. I could play d3, and if takes, takes. No, d3, it's too early for d4, because takes, it just lose. The knight isn't really trapped as well, so I think here I could castle. I can also just play d3 instead of d4 and try to bring my knight over. I do like bringing my queen and bishop to the center. Although I think castling is completely fine here. So I could go ahead and do that. Castling kingside. They just play d6. I will play rook e1 and try to trade off the bishop. I'm not really worried about them taking the knight. I'll play this move. They just develop. I could come in and pin them now. But I do like trying to trade off the dark squared bishop. Although I think I'll just go in and pin their knight to their queen. They kick me away. I could take, and then the queen takes and just puts pressure around my king, which I don't like. I think I could actually drop back here and try to trade off their dark squared bishop. This looks completely fine. They go ahead and castle. So takes, they take, and there's nothing really there. I don't have to take, I can also just develop my knight here. They develop forward, maybe they're trying to go to f4, but if they do then I just take. And I'm completely fine. I can move my queen to b3 and try to maybe attack this diagonal, but there's no attack there at the moment. I don't know where to put my queen. I could obviously go for this now. And takes, takes, knight takes. Actually doesn't work. I could push here. And they have to drop their knight back. So if I push here, if they take, I take. If I push here, if they go back, I could maybe push through. I think pushing b5 might actually be a good option. If they jump in, I always just take. Maybe they're threatening to remove this and then jump in. I could kick the bishop away. And they will have to leave. Like this. Bishop back, probably trying to trade. If they open up their rook, it's probably not that good for me. But if this diagonal opens up, that's good for me. So takes, takes. If queen here, they have to defend this. If they want to take here, I always just take with my knight, so that's completely fine. I can play queen here and try to go ahead and take and win a pawn, which looks completely fine. Yeah, I'll just play here. Well, at the moment I'm threatening to win a pawn with check. They take my dark squared bishop. I can actually take theirs. If they recapture, I take here. Although they can take a pawn with check. So maybe if I take with the rook here. Yeah, I think I want to take this first and damage their king. It just feels better. Especially because I can always take with a check. I guess they can open up my king, but my king's actually safe. And my bishop's protected while theirs isn't. Well, so now my bishop down. I can't give up my own bishop. I should probably just take this with the knight. Okay, so they want to... Wow, really? So they do win 2 pieces here. I do win a pawn at least. With check. And I have this next. Well, I actually don't. So I think now is the time to maybe... I can't really stun attack with my rook here. I could expand and really try to open up their king. This is a nice spot for my queen for now. But then they play here. I definitely need to rook lift as soon as possible. Honestly, I probably should have just taken this dark squad bishop with my rook instead of playing like this. Because they win a piece. It's just miscalculation from me. Here I'll probably have to try and bring a rook up. If they ever kick my queen, I can always just leave. I have to be careful to not get my queen trapped, but I think it's fine for now. Knight in, which attacks my queen. Of course I can just play here. I can also play here and try to double up on this. I just play here and try to rook lift. I am down a piece for a pawn. They play rook up trying to defend. If I play here, they have this. Then I have this. And if I play here, they have to move the knight. And they can move it to this square probably. I did think they would play that. I have this move. Although I actually can't play that because the queens would see each other. So, assuming my best move is this, which attacks the rook. Yeah, I think this is the only move that I have really. They kind of didn't hang their rook because the rook's already protected. They just play queen down. And I'm guessing they're trying to... I can't take... And if the knight takes, then I have... Okay, so I need to remove this knight really badly. They stop me from coming in. I think I'm going to try and move my knight to a better square. I need to move my knight to this square or this square. I don't see why their queen is going over here. I'll play knight b3, trying for knight c1 and knight e2. Okay, so they're going for discoveries on my queen. Now takes, knight takes, I can't really take. But I always just move my queen wherever they... Let's say they take here. I guess that's an issue. I mind to move my queen now and try to come in on the other squares. I think, though, the queen all the way back seems okay. Then they open up my king completely. I could take, and then knight takes, and then I have to drop back. I am just down a piece. I don't really want them to open up my king like that. So I could maybe take him and then try to drop down. I know I probably shouldn't be trading. I don't really have a choice here. And now if I go back to this square, I guess this makes sense. I am still down a piece for a pawn. The queen comes in, threatening a check. And if I push g3, then they take on h3. I will play rook up to defend. I did have queen g4, which attacks the knight. But queen g4, obviously they could take. They played there. I mean, this move looks good. I'm just trying to trade queens off. They choose to take. Oh, I guess I missed that they win. This attacks the pawn on d2. And they are just attacking. They're not attacking this, but I don't really have any squares for my knight. I can push f3 and protect everything, but I'm not really playing for win anymore here. No, knight to f4 just attacks the d3 pawn, so I could not have played this move. I can play b5, just trying to push through here. Because if they take, then I push. And I have some sort of counterplay, but it's not really the best. But push, they just take. And then what, if I push, they just take again. Nothing really there. My knight needs to come to a better square. A rook down, maybe trying to come in. This doesn't do much. And then if I push, I give up this. I could play here and then push. Takes, takes. I think I just activate my king here. The knight isn't trapped because it always has their f4 square to run to. But after this move, I'm kind of threatening to trap the knight. Then I would have to go to... This move would actually hang a fork. So I will try to play here and trap this knight. Yeah, so I can play here and try to trap this knight like as much as I can. Well, now if they take, I take. And the thing is, I can't play this move because they have a check and they pick up my rook. This knight is almost completely trapped. My goal was to try and trap the piece, but I didn't manage to. If I play here once again, they just take the pawn. If I play here, I'd love to play here so much. And if I play here, there's just this. I could play here, but then they check me and pick up my rook, almost. There is this move, and then I can play here, but then they play here. So if I play here, they go here. But I've almost trapped their knight here. It's a fantastic job to defend the piece. Here there's a check, but then I pick up the knight. Here they check me, I take. Yeah, I think here I just pick up the knight. If they check me, I take. Let's see here. Check, I take. And that's the only check. And if they check me here, then I take here. But then they can't escape here because it's a pin. Yeah, I just take. I win back the material. And they resign. Wow. They resign even the material is completely equal. Because I managed to trap their knight. Let's have a look at this. I'm extremely shocked that they resigned. I made one mistake this game, they made one blunder. My mistake was when I obviously gave up a piece. I did win back a pawn with check, but didn't do much. I was down a piece the whole game. And then later in the game I managed to trap their knight. I saw that their knight was almost trapped and I just took away all of its squares and managed to win it, which I'm very happy about. Let's have a look at this game. So e4, e5. I tried to play the Italian, this is all good. I've played this so many times now. d4 is always good here. Because takes. If the knight takes, I just play rook over. This is all completely good. I'm actually winning here. And I can actually take here. Because if takes, d takes e5, there's bishop takes e6, f takes e6. They up material, but then this bishop takes a7, knight takes a7, queen takes h5, and I'm up a pawn. Okay, I guess it's because there's a discovery on this knight, so it's just a massive trade. And my only mistake this entire game was taking this other bishop first. Because I missed that they're just attacking one of my pieces and I'm not attacking anything. So they're actually up a piece for a pawn. And I'm completely lost this entire game. I think I still played quite well. So taking that rook was best, because there's too much of an attack on me. Even though I tried queens off, this is not a good move at all, because they win the pawn. And right here was the point where I realized that the knight can only really go to c1, e1, or f4. So I played g3 trying to trap it. My plan was to run my king, but I played knight b3, which cuts off this square too. Knight b3 is good. They take, I take, they come in. I have this move. I attack the knight, and where can they really go? They can only really go to here and check me. And after king f2, where can they go? Oh, I guess they can go back because I can't take. That's what they missed. They missed that they can go back because if I take, they take back. And they win a pawn actually. Luckily for me though, they blunder. They completely blunder by playing rook h1, which lets me pin the knight to their rook. And they have to give up the piece, and they resign. Very happy with this find, because it saved me the game, literally. And I'm surprised that they resign, even though they are actually slightly winning here, according to the computer. Material is completely equal, and it's just a fair endgame. Where it looks like they are going for a win, because I have doubled pawns. They have better structure. Not sure why they resigned. They were probably upset that they gave up their piece, because they were up a piece. But that's it for today's game. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.